Hey guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. How are you guys doing? Hopefully well. Alright, so it's been a while since I did one of these videos where I just sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys. I guess I've been really having a lot of time, I've been having a lot of fun doing some vlogs and some live streams and some other things. What I've been doing, oh, the let's go shopping videos. I've been enjoying doing those a lot more lately because they just I just wanted something different, I guess. I guess sitting in front of a camera can get boring sometimes. And I am a person that enjoys variety and spontaneity. So yeah, so that's why I decided to go off a little bit on the tangent and do some other things. But now I'm in the mood to just sit here, just me and the camera, and talk to you guys about some caramel fragrances that I absolutely adore. So just in one other thing, as you can tell, I'm in another room. I have this huge window in the guest room here that I think would be better for lighting. So apart from the glare that you can see on my glasses, I'm gonna give this a try to see if this is a better filming location, I guess. So, caramel fragrances. If you've been watching me for a while, you probably already know that I am a very huge fan of gourmand fragrances. Caramel is one of my very favorite notes of all time. I don't know anyone that doesn't like caramel at all unless they're not a fan of anything sweet. And the glare of this and the glare of the light on my glasses is bugging me, so I'm going to take these off. Alright, so I have picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 caramel fragrances that I really enjoy. Some are designer, some are discontinued, unfortunately. Some are expensive niche, and then reasonable niche prices, whatever that means. So I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to start off just randomly, but I'm going to put aside the two that are my very favorite. And I'm going to leave that to the last ones that I'll talk about, just so that I'll leave you guys guessing. So first of all, I have a sample here from the House of Mugler. It's called Alien Taste of Fragrance. So I'm pretty sure that you guys have already tried Alien. It's a very popular one. But at some point they did a Taste of Fragrance collection. And I think it's like a limited edition. I'm not sure if I already said it was discontinued, but it is now, unfortunately. And yeah, so this one showcases the note of caramel. So on my skin, in the very first spray, it doesn't really give me like obvious caramel. In the very first spray, it reminds me of just the original Alien. That's just in the very first few minutes, but as the fragrance progresses, that's where the caramel emerges on my skin, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Just very quickly, the differences between this and an Alien. The original Alien can be, to my nose, very cloying, very heavy, a bit too dark, a bit too overwhelming, too beast mode, and it can sometimes trigger some headaches or nausea or whatever, at least in me. But in this one, they took out all of those very heavy, sharp, overbearing characteristics, and they replaced it with a beautiful, warm, sexy, sensual caramel smell. They made it into a foodie Alien, basically, a gourmand version of Alien, which is so addictive and so, in my mind, memorable and will definitely get attention. And I just think that if you're looking for a very foodie, more softer, more wearable, more sweet version of Alien, I would definitely recommend you to try this Taste of Fragrance if you can find it. I'm still looking for it. Okay, second up, from the House of Comptoir Sud Pacifique, it is Caramel Sunset. Now, I have a decant of it here. I'm hanging on to the last few drops of it. Thank you to Kiki who sent it to me. I appreciate it so much. This is discontinued. I'm not sure if you could find it, but to my nose, this is caramel and coconut. So if you want a tropical caramel fragrance, that's basically what this is. It's pretty simple. It's so delicious. I really honestly want to eat this. It smells like dessert. And just straight up caramel and coconut. And I really like that for having the option of having a more non-heavy, non-wintry kind of caramel. Because I think with caramel, to me, it kind of makes me want to wear it in more cooler weather, in the winter or fall. But this one is a very happy, coconutty, bright, uplifting, simple, straightforward caramel and coconut. So definitely check this out if you can find it. Good luck. Yeah, I know some people don't like when I speak about discontinued fragrances, but I don't see the reason why I can't mention them, you know? Like, yes, it's hard to find, but if you do come across it, then, you know, then you'll have this reference to check out. Okay, so the next one is a very, very expensive one. It's something that I haven't heard a lot of in the community. It is from the House of Moresque, and it's called Diadema. Diadema is a super, super classy caramel, vanilla, spicy fragrance. But the thing that makes it classy, in my opinion, is that I'm getting some oud in here. Yeah, there's like a woody, oudy kind of base in here that isn't so obvious. It's just there. I can feel that it's there, but it really adds a nice touch to the otherwise playful, too sweet, sickeningly sweet note of caramel that can happen in some celebrity fragrances or in some designer fragrances, for example. It's like a grown-up, mature caramel fragrance. The one thing I don't like is that it costs a lot of money. I think it's like 300 plus euros for a 50 ml. I'll like caption it here if I can find that info, but if you have the money and you're looking for like a grown-up, mature, not overly sweet caramel fragrance, and if you like oud, I have no idea if it's in the notes, as I said, but it's just a very nice, classy, grown-uppy, I'm like repeating myself, a grown-up kind of gourmand, I think. So Diadema by Moresque. All right, the next one I want to talk about is a very, very popular one amongst niche gourmand lovers. Probably the best-selling fragrance from the House of Kerosene, and it's called Unknown Pleasures. Wow, I really, really love this fragrance. Honestly, I have gone through a few decants and a few samples of this. I'm going through this right now. It's going to be gone very soon. I think I have it here. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I didn't go for it and get a bottle of it yet. I think eventually I might. But Unknown Pleasures is a fragrance that takes me on a journey because this one changes on my skin like no other. Depending on the weather and depending on how dry my skin is, I'm getting different results and different experiences from Unknown Pleasures every single time I wear it. So maybe that's the reason I haven't actually sprung for a bottle, because I'm still trying to understand it. And to this day, I still don't, because like I said, I'm getting different things. But let's just cut to the chase. Unknown Pleasures opens with a very spicy, warm, vanilla curd kind of smell. It's not your typical, you know, bright citrus. It's weighed down by a lot of spice, a lot of vanilla, and luckily in the mid and in the dry down on my skin, it's weighed down by a lot of caramel. So the caramel in this is very literal. I still have it here. And on my skin, it's like a spicy cinnamony caramel, and I just love that combination of spice and caramel. It kind of just adds something very spunky, I think. I haven't used that word in a long time, spunky. But adding cinnamon or spice to the note of caramel to my nose just really does it for me. So yeah, Unknown Pleasures. It dries down to a waffle cone ice cream kind of smell, and I just love it so, so much. Apparently there's an Earl Grey tea note in here. I have never experienced that on my own skin. And I'm a huge like tea lover, so yeah, Unknown Pleasures by Kerosene. Definitely one of the best caramel fragrances. I also think it's one of the best gourmand fragrances ever, if not only for the journey that it takes you on. So yes, let's go on to the next one. The next one I want to talk about is from the house of Atelier des Ors. It's also something I haven't heard so much about, maybe just a little bit here and there. And it's called Loon Faline. And the thing about this is that if you look, I know it's not going to focus because my camera sucks, but if you look, you can see that there are gold flakes floating around in there, which to some may be really cool, but to some others might be really cheap and tacky. I'm not a huge fan of the gold flakes. Like it looks pretty in the bottle sitting in your collection or your closet or whatever, or wherever you keep your perfumes. But I don't really want to wear gold flakes or have like shimmering gold flakes on my shirt. And by the way, I'm realizing that the sweater is shimmering some silver. Okay, so Loon Faline, beautiful, beautiful gourmand caramel fragrance. To me, I had this on my skin, I think. Yeah, I have it here. To me, it reminds me of the mid of Unknown Pleasures. And what I mean by that is that in this one, I get that same caramel plus cinnamon smell on my skin, which is so, so, so delicious. It's very, very sweet, but this one is a very warm and cozy kind of sweet. You can feel the difference if you were to wear Prada Candy, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And by the way, it's not on my list. Well, I think Prada Candy smells amazing, but longevity on my skin is just absolutely horrible. I love the smell, but it's just, I didn't like the idea of having to reapply like every hour. So I donated that one to my mother, my mom. She loved it. It lasts long on her skin, so that's why. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the sweetness in Prada Candy, you can see the difference if you were to put them side by side, because the sweetness in Prada Candy is very kind of bubbly and kind of fizzy, in my opinion. This one is heavy and dark, like as if there were caramel cinnamon cookies in the oven. So it's very warm and cozy, and I think I would like to wear this more in cooler weather. But anyways, back to the point of it. Oh, it's such a beautiful vanilla cinnamony caramel. I don't even know if caramel's in the notes, to be honest, of this Loon Faline, but that's what I smell definitely. Okay, so I have two more to go. Let's go with a very, very popular one. It's called Lyra by Casa Moratti Zerjoff. So a lot of people are familiar with this one already. Let's spray it on me just to get a reminder. The good thing about this is that they also sell these in 30 ml sizes, which I think is great, for 85 euros. If you don't want to have that big bottle that's like 250 or more, whatever. So Lyra, to my nose, also has that caramelly, cinnamony, spicy kind of thing going on like the other past two that I talked about. But to my nose, I also get a very, very slight licorice note. It reminds me a lot of Lolita Lampica L. L de Lolita Lampica by Lolita Lampica. It also reminds me of the cheap dupe that they made from the house of Laurence Dumont, Les Senteurs Gourmand, and it's called Tendre Madeleine. I owned that one, I think like 2 years ago. That one is like 20 euros. It smells good, but the longevity is like 15-20 minutes. So I didn't want to reapply all the time. Although the smells are quite similar, I think having to reapply that many times in a day is just not my idea of a good time. So Lyra by Xerjoff is basically a warm, spicy vanilla caramel cookie with a touch of orange in the background there. And yeah, it's for sure my second favorite caramel fragrance. Okay, so the last one I want to talk about is a fragrance that I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about on YouTube. It's not popular. It's not from a house that I hear anyone talk about either. It's from the house of MOT Solari, and it is a Italian niche house, and it's called Vaniglia. And I have it here. I was testing before I did this video. This one is a straight up vanilla caramel fragrance, but the one thing that sets this apart is on my skin, I can actually feel the texture of caramel, melted caramel on my skin. And I really like that, where a fragrance can capture obviously the literal smell of caramel, but for it to actually feel like caramel on my skin is just a step above from, you know, all the other things out there that smell like it but don't make you feel like it, if that makes sense. So yeah, this one is so good, you guys. Yeah, it's just a very thick, straightforward vanilla caramel fragrance that smells amazing. It doesn't develop a lot on my skin. It's quite linear, but the thickness, the richness, the sweetness of literal caramel is there. And that's what makes it extra special in my opinion. So, MOT Solari Vaniglia. Guys, check it out for sure. Okay guys, so those are my suggestions for caramel fragrances that I think that you should definitely try if you haven't already. Please let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these, what you think of them, if you've sampled them, if you own any of them, if you want to make any other suggestions for caramel fragrances, anything, or you just want to say hi, that's cool too. I'll be back with more videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please give it a like if you did. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. See you guys. Bye.